Coming to paperback and Kindle this fall, E-Steam Blast from the Past. Hell's aspiring angel takes on her demonic doppelganger in this time-traveling, action-packed E-Steam series adventure. Pre-order your copy of E-Steam Blast from the Past on Kindle with a bonus E-Steam comic or for the paperback this fall. I got a comment from one of these supporters of this high-value man gimmick that really made me consider just making videos for patrons here on M. And the reason why I'm really considering just making videos for patrons here on M is because ungrateful individuals like this wanted to get personal to the point where they're going to say the videos that I make on this channel are not work. Now, according to this individual, the videos that you watch every day on this channel and the live streams you watch on Friday at 10 p.m., that's not work. And the books that I publish that are available on Amazon.com, like The Man Crisis and books like those of the John Haynes series and the ISIS series, this is not considered work for these individuals. No, this isn't work for these individuals, and it's not work for these individuals, all because I went out here and made a video deconstructing the false narrative of their man crush, Kevin Samuels, who talks about this high-value man gimmick. And according to these individuals, me speaking against this high-value man gimmick is their justification for going into the sewer and getting personal to the point where they want to go out here and attack my personal life and attack my personal situation, like my long-term unemployment as related to getting a full-time job with one of these corporations or one of these small businesses. Now, when I look at the way these black males are acting, it just shows me how effeminate they are and how deeply dysfunctional they are, because instead of them trying to present an argument as related to the talking points I presented in my live stream deconstructing the high-value man hustle and the video making it plain about the high-value man hustle, these individuals wanted to get personal, and when you have to get personal, it shows the world that you do not have anything to present to rebut your arguments. And to sit there and say that I am not working right now, this just shows how pathetic these individuals are with their ad hominem attacks, because according to them, I am making videos on YouTube right now and producing tangible products like these books is not work. But the same individuals on this platform, like your Obsidian, like your Kevin Samuels, and even white guys like Ethan Van Sciver over on the Comicsgate side, those individuals are considered to be working, but I'm not considered to be working because I presented talking points as related to a gimmick presented by one of their man crushes that they did not agree with. And when I look at that type of ad hominem attack, it just shows me again how ungrateful these individuals are for the content that I am presenting on this platform daily, and it shows me how how fickle and shallow these individuals are, that they will go from watching a channel presenting content and going out here to attack an individual, all because that individual presented talking points that they disagree with, or that disagree with the talking points of their man crushes like your Kevin Samuels and these jock writers like Obsidian and many others who are out here trying out here to support this high value man gimmick. Again, showing me how low value many of these guys are, that when somebody presents talking points against a narrative they want to buy into, instead of them presenting an argument that will rebut many of the talking points. They have to go in the sewer and get personal with that individual, showing us how weak that argument is, because if you have to go into the sewer to attack another individual, what you are doing is showing that the other person's argument is valid and the talking points they are presenting are valid. And that shows that these individuals, it just shows how low they are and how low value they are and how low seed they are. They're sitting there, they want to attack another man based on his personal life, but don't want to sit there and look at the other individuals who are out here using the exact same platform to go out here and make money. Yes, it's okay for an Obsidian or a Kevin Samuels to get on this platform and be considered employed, because they are presenting talking points that you agree with. But when Sean James gets on a platform and presents talking points meant to help these black males understand that they are being played, no, we want to go out here and attack him, and we want to go out here and tell him he's not working, even though he has 1099s from Google and Amazon to prove that he has been producing revenue, and he has IRS 1040s that he has filed based on, as related to the many of the revenue streams like Patreon and those donations that he gets, because that's not considered work that I'm doing, making these videos that you watch every day, and it's not considered work when I go out here and I publish books like these. It's not considered work to many of these Jock writers out here. No, that's not considered work for them, because to them it's only work when you agree with what they're saying. And when I listen to those type of talking points, it shows me how effeminate and dysfunctional many of these black males are, because only a dude who comes from the gynocentric perspective of a single mother household is going to get personal like that, and get personal like many of the dysfunctional black women they sit there and complain about for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours on a live stream. These guys show me that they act just like those dysfunctional black females by sitting there saying, oh, what I'm doing isn't work, because they don't agree with the talking points. And for them to get personal like that just shows me how depraved these individuals are, because if you are so upset about what I am saying, then instead, why don't you just leave the channel, go head over to your boy Obsidian, go head over to your boy Kevin Samuels, and you can sit there and watch your man crushes and stay off my channel, because that's what you can do right now. Because if this is not what you want, if this isn't work to you, then you don't have to be here. That's the thing I have to say to these individuals who want to sit there and want to get personal. If you want to get personal, what I'm going to do is what I have always been doing. I am going to block you, and then I'm going to delete your comment, and I'm going to move on. And if you keep coming back here, I will continue to keep blocking you, because I know how dysfunctional many of you are. I know that you'll sit there and want to get personal like some junior high school kids, and you'll keep going on and on and on, because once you go out here and delete their comments and block them, you go out here and get another account, and then that I call that insanity, because why are you watching somebody you disagree with? Why are you sitting there watching somebody you don't like? Why are you wasting time out of your life to sit there and watch somebody you don't like? You're sitting there looking for drama to go on, and I'm going to sit there and squash this drama, because as a man, I know how bad this makes us look as a collective of black men. And it really looks bad when you see black males going out here defending a man crush, showing us all how effeminate some of these black males are, because to go into ad hominem attacks over what another man says about another guy's hustle, because I did not attack the individual, I presented points about the hustle. This just shows me how dysfunctional many in this so-called black manosphere are, and how these dysfunctional individuals really prove many of the points about these black women that black women have said about these dysfunctional Negroes. Because to sit there and again go after a man's personal life after he has presented points meant to help you, that just shows you how sick many of these individuals are, and it just shows how they just are just like the females they complain about for 11 to 7, 8 hours on these live streams, and how dysfunctional they truly are. To just sit there and again to attack a man saying, oh, he's not working, when many of these same Negroes are on this YouTube platform going out here for 7 and 8 hours talking about black women. That's considered work. But the black man who makes videos every day, makes live streams consistently on Fridays at 10 p.m., and publishes books and has tangible product that is available for purchase on Amazon.com, that's not considered work. But these same guys who get on these platforms, they can sit there and they'll sit there and talk about, oh, I've got a book coming out. Book never comes out. Stuff never gets finished. But they're considered working by these backwards, retarded Negroes who will sit there and go along with a hustle but don't want to support anybody putting in work. And that just shows me how backwards many of these black males are, when a black man is out here and he can actually show you tangible results as related to how their Patreon money is being spent, and tangible results to how their money is being spent, like this book here with the comic strip in the back. I can show you, again, tangible results as related to finished product, and tangible results as related to the covers of these books. And I have receipts and documents that can show you how every dollar is being spent that is donated to me through Super Chats and donated to me through Patreon and PayPal. I can show you tangible results, but I'm the one considered not working, even though I can document how every dollar is being spent. I have receipts for every dollar that's spent. I have 1040s for every dollar that is spent, but I'm the one considered not working by many of these black males. No, this self-employment is not employment if it's not telling you what you want to hear. But if I sit there and tell you a lie like a high value man hustle, or I tell you a lie like select or non-select brothers, or I tell you some lie about how to get women, then it's considered work, and then it's something considered that you will validate and support. And that, again, shows me how backwards many of these black males are, that you're not considered working unless, one, you are telling people what they want to hear, and two, you are not considered working unless you are working for some white person or some white corporation. That just shows me how foobar many black people are. Oh, it's not work when you go out here and spend your day in front of a camera making this video that in some cases is meant to provide you with information to help many of these black males out here. That's not considered work. No, and it's not considered work to spend hours in front of a keyboard writing books meant to help many of these black males, like The Man Crisis was meant to help you. No, that's not considered work for your black male. No, spending 8 hours sitting up here talking about ratchet black women, raggedy black women, busted black women, that's considered work for many of you Negroes out here, but I don't consider that work. I consider that gossip, and that just shows me how effeminate many of these black males are. They will go out here and disregard the work of a black man trying to help build his community and help heal his community. But if you sit there and talk about black women for almost 11, 12 hours, that's considered work for many of these black males. And that, again, shows you how dysfunctional many of these black males are. And that's why I really am considering just taking my content to Patreon, because I look at that type of person and how ungrateful they are for the content that I am producing. And that just makes me so angry that I want to take my content over to Patreon and let the patrons who have supported the work continue to get the content. And those people, they deserve, to get the content, because these kind of individuals, they want to have this YouTube platform all for themselves. They want to turn it into a fiefdom, and they want to put on a non-stop clown show that provides a non-stop minstrel experience where we see this ridiculous gender war going on, constant back and forths, constant beefing and arguing, and I don't want to be about that. No, I want to go out here and promote my books, which feature positive images of black men and women. I want to go out here and try to help men heal with books like The Man Crisis, and I want to diversify the African American book market and reach customers. And if the customers aren't here, then it's time for me to say it's time to go over to Patreon or Patron and deal with the patrons who are paying to support the work, and not deal with these clowns out here who want to say this isn't work. They want to just sit here and watch this content and not learn anything, because in books like Stop Simping, I speak against stuff that these high-value hustlers tell you to do, and it seems like the lessons are not getting through to many of these black males out here, and it just shows me, again, how these males really act like females, because to get personal to the point where you're going to talk about another man's employment, that's a low blow, and that's something your dysfunctional black female does, and that's something that just shows me, again, how weak many of these black males are to go that low, because I don't go that low. In the whole live stream, I went after the arguments of the narrative that was presented. I did not go into ad hominem attacks, and these individuals want to go into ad hominem attacks, and to me, that's the most disgusting thing, because that just shows me how low these guys will go. And if you're supposed to be these so-called decent brothers don't go into the sewer flinging feces back at another man. And this is one of the reasons why these guys probably can't get any women, because people look at this man flinging feces at another man, and they look at them and they go, why would I want to have a relationship with this guy? I don't care how much money he makes. He doesn't have good social skills, and he really cannot cope and navigate through his emotions and deal with things in a constructive manner. I mean, if he's acting like this as related to a guy presenting a difference of opinion, well, what's going to happen when he's out here on a date with me and I decide to say no to something he wants to do? That's what most women are saying when they see these guys acting like this. And these guys want to talk about my personal life and talk about my personal experiences. Well, let me tell you something. At least I'm not presenting my dysfunction on display for these females to then use as ammunition to go out here and then tell all these other men out here about you. Because I wonder if these same black males would have this same type of vitriol against Mr. Clean that they have for me, because I know that when Mr. Clean comes along and doesn't have any high value anything and gets the same black women you complain about, you'll sit there and crow in the background on your live streams, but you're not going to bring anything to Mr. Clean. And Mr. Clean is getting all of your women, he's running through them like Usain Bolt, like Kid Organic says, but I would say he's running through them like Barry Allen at the speed of light, because the fastest man alive would run through all of these women while you're sitting there talking about a high-value man. This guy coming into a place with a t-shirt, flip-flops, and shorts on can get all of the same so-called high-value black women you want to complain about. And then when somebody like me tells you that these hustles and gimmicks don't work, you sit there and want to attack me the same way a black female would attack someone who spoke against their black pastor, because that's what you look like, attacking another black man on a personal level. You look like a black female who goes, when somebody calls out her black pastor, she goes out here and talks about how her pastor is this infallible person, and this person talking about how he's a man of God. And that's what you guys look like, defending your man crush, Kevin Samuels. That's what you look like. You look like one of these females. And again, when I see guys like this, it again makes me want to walk away from this platform, only make content for my patrons, only do live streams for maybe once a week. Because if you want to go out here and have your dysfunctional platform where you sit there and talk about black females all day, you can have at it. Because as I see it, that type of discussion has run its course. Because if this white man is running through these women like Barry Allen, then it doesn't matter what you dress up like. These women don't really care about you, and the way you act shows them a reason to not even want to deal with you. Because for you to sit there and say, I am not working because I'm not working for some white man, or I'm not working at some company, that's not work. When I'm putting in hours on these videos every day, I'm putting in work on these live streams, and I'm being invited to do other live streams. This is the stuff that makes me so angry that it makes me really think about just making content for the patrons. But I know that there are other people out there who need this content and want this content, and I need to stay on these platforms as long as I can to give those people content, because there are so many males out there who want to become men. There are men out there who want to go out here and take themselves to the next level. And this handful of idiots, all I have to do to say to them is, if you want to go out here and support your man crush, you can leave this channel and go support your man crush and stay over there with your man crush, and just don't come back here ever again. Now, if you want to continue supporting this channel, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to try some of my SJS Direct publications, which I put hours of work into, you can continue supporting that work by heading over to Amazon.com to pick up these books in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find these books on Smashwords and the iBookstore. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose. The man who rules the world runs into the irresistible force of a man with nothing to lose in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get the regular and variant editions of John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose on Amazon.com.